It's a dark and terrifying evening in England, and it is an English haunting, and it is a demo. I know the game's already out, but I'm going to play the demo and see if I like it. If I get on with it, maybe we'll just do the whole game. I mean, it's only, what is it, like a few quid. It's actually quite a cheap game on Steam, and it's got incredibly positive, overly positive reviews, and is considered one of those better point-and-click / horror-esque games. One of the better ones. So, new game. That's a scary image. I believe there's no voices, so I'm going to have to narrate. This will have varying degrees of success. This is London 1907. Bloody good year for trainers. Brilliant. Thus, with this method, we can determine the time of death within the margin of error of 2 hours. Oh, click. You should ask Cooper, not from Twin Peaks. Me? Why not you? Hughes? Cooper? It would be interesting if you share your doubts with the lasses. Look what you achieved. You fool, Cooper. Bah! Coward. Professor Moore? It is true that you and Professor Ward are devoted to the hunting of ghosts. That is true. My, you have been badly informed. We are devoted to studying them, not to hunting them. There is a distinction. Oh, what? Who? What? Bafflement. The class is in uproar. That's nonsense. Preposterous poppycock. Ghosts don't exist. Do you have any conclusive evidence that can substantiate that statement, Mr. Cooper? They're a myth. An invention of mankind to scare those of weak mind, particularly the children and the women. Those of weak mind, eh? Very well. Oh, here we go. Here we go. If he gets PG, all right. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Right. Let's see. How many of you believe in God? Hands up. Don't be cowards. You can raise your hands. I shan't laugh. Oh, you fools! All of you, eh? Well, I'm joking myself to death. Well, perhaps you should be studying the theology and not forensic medicine. You can lower your hands, fools. Gullible fools. I suppose you think the mere belief in him confirms his existence. Is there any supporting evidence? I would say nay. You would say yay. Any photographs? Any autographs? Have any of you seen him taking a stroll in Hyde Park? Has anyone talked to him? The Pope! Alright, Cooper, steady on. Anyway. No one in history has been able to prove it. The only proof we have is faith, and that, regrettably, won't do. Look, gentlemen. Neither I nor Professor Ward asserts that ghosts exist. We're a cautious bunch with regard to the matter, even if we have reliable witnesses, and there are a large number of cases. Are those arguments enough to accept this as a fact? No. We would be falling into the same trap you fell into with your respect to God. We investigate these claims with the best tool science has provided us. Mathematics. Sorry. That is the scientific method. A method I advise you to use before compulsively raising your hands to defend your beliefs. I don't think my father would agree with all this blasphemy. Keith, I will slap you twice, maybe thrice, if you keep on talking with your blue text. Your father agrees with the idea that students from poorer classes should never be allowed in a university, as well as agreeing to the use of child labour in his factories. To be fair, it is cheap. So, with due respect, Mr. Turner, if that is your real name, you can take your father's opinion and Come on in. I was in the middle of a sentence. Mr. Baldy. I'm sorry to interrupt, Patrick. It's quite all right. What do you need? Look, Dean wants to see you. Can't it wait? I'm in the middle of a very important class. A lecture, in fact. It's a delicate matter, Patrica. Is it about Rose? No. It has nothing to do with Rose. Or the rosé. What a relief. I was starting to worry. Talk to him, would you? I'll take care of the lecture. What were you teaching again? The scientific method. Apparently these gentlemen just don't get it. Noted. Walking out. Walkie walks. Well, gentlemen, the scientific method. One moment. What? Press F1 for instrucciones. So, here we go, people. We're in it. We're in. We are elbows up against it. Off we go. Inventory. Place the cursor, la-di-da. Escape. F1. Brilliant. I know how to play this game. Tom Lee. Mr. Lee? Mr. Lee. Sorry, I didn't hear you. I was admiring the trophies. Did you know the university won the Greco-Roman Wrestling Championship in '89? I did not. We haven't won since. Such a pity. There are more trophies in the hall. There are more trophies in the hall, my sir. Why do you always find you in front of this cabinet with the oiled, muscular gentlemen wrestling? They're pretty, don't you think? That really went well. Excuse me. The wrestling trophies. I mean... Ah, yes, I suppose they are. And such a point of pride for the university, right? Yes, of course. Can I inquire about your obsession with the trophies? I want to win one. I mean, I want the university to win one. In my discipline, Greco-Roman wrestling. What's preventing you from participating in a championship? I understand you're a good wrestler. Manager Taylor. He doesn't want to be embarrassed like in '96. What happened in '96? I ask. Oxford humiliate us. They defeated all our wrestlers. Manager Taylor doesn't want that to be repeated. And in his view, the most sensible thing to do is not to compete. Aha! You can't lose if you don't play the game. It makes no sense, right? Especially if they have me. They have me. I'm the best wrestler in the university has ever had in years. Have you seen my muscular frame in a private room? This is quite loud music. F1. We can't do anything. Well, carry on. Hang on. Is it loud for me or is it loud for you? Probably not that loud at all, is it? I might be able to convince the manager. I'd very much appreciate it. Tell him Oxford won't stand a chance against me. I'm a beefy boy. A boy of the beef. I'm big, relentless, and strong. Yup, you look strong. Yes, of course I do. I am the specimen, the strongest in the university. Do you want to see it? Test me? Okay. There's no need for that. I trust you. Keep your trousers on, sir. Jeez. Why are there handkerchiefs everywhere? Bring me a metal rod and I'll bend it for you. I don't have one. Just don't worry about it. Let's move on. Do what you can to persuade the manager, Taylor. Many thanks, Professor. Oh, so it carries on. So the manager won't count on you. This is unfair. I'm big, relentless, and strong. And the strongest in the universe. Okay, alright. We've had... Okay. Whoops. Hang on. Okay. Have a nice day, Mr. Lee. If I don't say so myself. You too, Professor Moore. Beautiful. Oh, how do we do it? Oh, it's just click, isn't it? Right, let's talk to this Burke. What are you doing with Professor Ward's portrait, Mr. Cook? Haven't you heard? Of course not. You're a fool, a buffoon. You've been shut up all day in that lecture room. Get inside and they'll bring you up to date. Alright, thanks. It's a scandal. A scandal. Right. See, it turned the volume up. I'll have this fearsome... Right, resume. This fearsome tapping of the piano. Here we go. Oh, here we go. It's a panel. Ah, Professor Moore. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Dean Charter, or Carter, whatever you're called. Rector Williams. A pleasure. Good afternoon, Professor Moore. You can get a chair from the back, and that won't be necessary. This meeting will be brief. Gatekeeper much. Explain the facts, Dean Carter. Look. This week, the university receives a generous donation for the Metaphysic Investigations program run by you and Professor Ward. £5,000, English pounds at that. Extra heavy. 5. That's amazing. It would be if it was not for a terrible event. A gambling. All that money has disappeared from the Bank of England. What? We've demanded an explanation, and they've confirmed the money was withdrawn yesterday by your colleague. Ah. How is this? We wanted to speak with Professor Ward, but he didn't appear today for his lectures, unsurprisingly. Let's try to remain calm, gentlemen. The professor might simply be... We've been trying to locate him all day with our best detectives and fillies on the job. He's vanished. Like a hoof in a puddle. He's run off with the money. It's an unprecedented scandal. Are you sure it was my friend, Professor Ward? Someone could have impersonated him. There are witnesses, and the signature with which the money was withdrawn is undoubtedly his. Lest we forget, his whereabouts are unknown. We believe in presumption of innocence and respect it, but in this case, I'm sorry, Professor Moore, this is the unvarnished something. I couldn't read the last word. Whatever it was unvarnished. Like that wrestling guy. Well, no, he's quite varnished now, actually, isn't he? Well, he's looking for a varnishing. Who donated the money? We only know it was a group of intellectuals from the London Society. Nothing else. It appears they had no intention of making it public, and given the circumstances, they prefer to keep it that way. Why would he do that? My friend steal the money. That is exactly what we're wondering. How could he withdraw the money in the first place, sir? He's just a teacher. Control measures. It shouldn't be authorized. At one time, he combined his teaching job with the position of deputy treasurer. We thought nothing of it at the time. It was years ago. he resigned. Nevertheless, he was still registered at the Bank of London. We suspect he took advantage of that to commit this heinous crime. Get to the point, Dean Carter. Yes. I'm sorry to tell you that as a result of this matter, the board is considering eliminating your metaphysical investigations department. But that can't be. It is. My predecessor authorized this department because of the immaculate career of Professor Ward. Sir Archibald Ellsworth would roll over in his grave if he knew of this infamy. Surely you don't presume to hope we'd keep this nonsense going after what happened, did you? I understand there's discomfort with Professor Ward, but I'm part of the department too, and a bloody good part, a firm part. It isn't fair that I should be blamed for the acts of which I am not responsible. Bloody yes. Not personal. We know, Patrick, but... Patrick? You mean Professor Moore? And I would beseech you not to challenge the board, as I have presented it upon the wall. However, as a courtesy to you, we wish your exit from the department to be as... Stop with this rubbish, Dean Carter. You have 72 hours to prove that your ghosts exist. Damn it. If you don't present us with material proof by that deadline, forget about your department. And I know you never will. I've got you by the jaffers. 72 hours, eh? Sounds like a wager. And I've got the money since I took it out of the bank. That's not time enough to prove what no one has proven throughout the entire history of mankind. That is your problem, Benjamin. And express your thanks to Dean Carter. He's the one who proposed it. If it were up to me, I would brick up that circus right now with my own bare hands. Grr. Damn it. We're a laughingstock of every university in the United of Kingdoms. Let them laugh. They all want Vice-Chancellor Williams. They only display their ignorance. Do you want some advice, child? Forget about the ghost fantasies and focus on your work as a teacher. You are the best teacher of forensic medicine in all of London. Focus on your work, for God's sake. Yes, this is a serious institution. Superstition has no place here, and neither do your progressive ideas. Well, you should see universities now. What's wrong with you, being so progressive? Isn't it part of the university motto? Knowledge, improvement, progress? He's coming around the table. Don't be a wise ass with me. I'm a man of cloth. And remember who you're talking to. Yeah, you better run. 72 hours, Professor Moore. No more. Prepare yourself to say goodbye to that fantasy that never had any place in an institution as respectable as this one. Yikes. Right, let's walk around the table. Let's get intimate. 72 hours. Why did I stare at books? 72 hours, Henry. It's humiliating. I needed 73. Why didn't they just close the department immediately? I have more bad news to tell you. Really? There is more? Your department has been sealed. You won't be able to use any of those resources inside. Damn it, Henry. This isn't fair. Couldn't you just... I can't. If someone sees you there, they'll know it was me who conceded, and that would put me in an awkward, sticky situation. The board is treating this matter very seriously. I don't want my position to be jeopardized, especially for your fancy ghosts. I beg you to understand. Yes, I understand. I didn't mean to put you in a predicament. I'm sorry. I know the search for the great beyond is your life, but I'm sure adversity will stretch your intellect even further. I don't know how, but try to find proof. Please. If it's strong enough, I'll show it to the board, and they'll be forced to keep the department open. Egg would be in alignment with their face. Henry Carter. Henry Carter. Okay. Let's leave. Abruptly as well. Chin up. Dignity maintained. You won't be able to prove the great beyond exists in such a short time without the professor's help. I need to find him. Maybe I can discover something that will help me find him at his home on the Dorset Street. Ding! Okay. Mouse. There we go. Let's talk to this idiot. Mr. Price, you seem expensive. Professor Moore. Studying, eh? Oh, yes. Always. Well, no. I'm reading, really. A treatise on medieval churches. And, let me see. My dear Gregory, I'm telling you the exact truth. I believe I am now acquainted with the extremity of terror and repulsion of which a man can endure without losing his mind. I'm so sorry, sir. Don't worry, Mr. Price, my expensive chum. Don't be ashamed of reading Mr. James. He's a national treasure. Continue your reading. Thank you, Professor Moore. See how I did that? I handled the situation. I kept morale high. Down the stairs we go. Winding song. Oh, hang on. No, we select. That's it. Room number 4. So you're the friend of Professor Ward. Exactly. And he's vanished. Sadly. And why do you want to examine his room, buffoon? Are you from Scotland Yard? And those riffraff with metal badges? No, I'm a professor of knowledge, such as he. I only want to have a look and see if there's anything that might enlighten me to his whereabouts. Ah, that makes sense. When was the last time you saw him, my dear chum? My shoe-chin lady. I know he went out last evening. I was in bed. But I heard his footsteps on the stairs. It was a tense moment. Haven't you seen him since? No, sir. Who's coughing? Did you notice anything strange about him? Of course I noticed. But not only yesterday, always. He's a strange man. Though a very polite one, if not a tad hairy. How I wish the rest of my tenants were as courteous as him. Why is the corridor so dark, Mrs. Shoochin? The electric company convinced me to install the new light system in the house. They didn't tell me the price would double compared to gaslight. That's what progress means, you know. Progress for the usual suspects. Those in power. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Fat cats in Whitehall. I've told the tenants not to use the corridor light unless they want my bills to start affecting their rent. Oh, she's got them under the thumb. It's curious that he chose to live here. No offence. I mean, his salary was high enough to afford him a better place than this. This hovel? Is that what you wanted to say? I don't mean to offend you, Miss Dawson. Creak. No, you would be right. This is a hovel. Though it's the classiest hovel in all of East End. That's that way. And with the biggest rooms for 4 blocks. Would you do me a kindness of lending me the key to the room? I don't have it. How is that? Professor Ward was a bit forgetful. He asked for my copy of the key in case he lost his. It wouldn't be the first time that happened. So he's got 2 keys? And me none. That's it. How can I get into his room? You can wait for the locksmith to come tomorrow. I'm afraid I don't have time. Or you can try to open the door yourself. I won't complain. But please, try not to break it. I'll be downstairs if you need me. Such a delightful lady. Sunshine, butter and roses. Right, door. That's not Professor Ward's room. No. Plaque. A3. That's roughly its size. Door. Closed. Switch. Ah! One moment. There's something inside the lamp. I can't reach it. Vent. There's nothing inside the vent. Plant. Daisies. Charter. Rules of the house. The rent is paid the first day of each month. I bet it is. What's this? Should we go that way? Oh no, no. Shit. It's alright. Ignore me. I was being a silly Billy. Have I got any objects? No. Okay, no objects. Right, let's do this. Plaque. Who's coughing? Room number 4. Professor Ward lived here. I feel scuppered. Which? I'd rather keep the corridor lit. Okay, good. So Professor Ward. Still closed. Ooh, okay. What do we need? We need a reaching tool. Let's go to the university. I will skip bits in this video to save you the trauma of time. Ah. Go back. No, damn it. Globe. Right, shh. Not talk to him. Let's not talk to him. Let's not talk to him. Yeah, let's not talk to him. I don't want him to know that I've made a mistake by clicking on there. Right, let's talk to him. See if we can get this standing thing. Mr. Cook. Yes. Did they order you to remove the portrait of Professor Ward? What do you think? Well, I think yes. Exactly. Who ordered it? Who do you think? Vice Chancellor Williams? Exactly. Shit. Do you need help? I see you're finding it hard to remove the simple portrait. Do you think an old cook isn't smart enough to take down a picture? Of course not, Mr. Man. Exactly. Wait a moment. Does that mean I am or I am not? You are smart enough to take down a portrait. Ah, good. Some genius thought it would be better to attach the paintings with glue instead of a pair of hook screws. In his defense, I'll say that not for anything in the world would I have suspected one of these illustrious professors was a filthy thief. You've already been informed, haven't you? Oh yes, sadly. Who would have thought, huh? Though it's not like it comes as a total surprise, frequenting places he did. But I will manage to take down the portrait with no tool. One only needs to know how to apply force. This is true. In the arms. Thus said Pythagoras, give me a place to stand and I shall move the world with my triangles. That was Archimedes. I don't need to be corrected, sir. I'm not one of your puppies. What places did the Professor Ward frequent? A pub, for one, in the East End. The Red Lion. Someone of his stature visiting such establishments. How embarrassing. And in the company of a tart. Ooh! One moment. A tart? Do you mean like a gypsy tart? Or a jam tart? A courtesan tart. Oh, I see. They seemed quite close. Possibly love. She is surely his accomplice. How do you know that? Rumours. Great album. And also he travelled fast, as the bad news did. I need to find that woman. She might know where I can find Professor Ward. If you find her, give her to the police. I already told you she surely has something to do with the money theft. Okay, we found another destination. Right, okay, oh, one more. Are you entirely certain you don't need any help with that portrait? Do you want me to help you marking your exams? There's no need to. Exactly. Okay, we're in a comedy circle. Carry on, sir. Bloody good work. Amazing work. Top-notch work. Thick with success. It was a gift from Raymond Baxter, former pupil and famous sculptor. It represents a certain Celt deity celebrating the winter solstice. The board has threatened to retire this pagan figure several times to the pupil's dismay. Every 21st of December, they fill the statue's bowl with whiskey and parade in front of it, paying their respects. Not very Christian. Trophies. Oh, right, okay. What was in here again? Oh, this was the classroom, wasn't it? Oh, he's looking aloof in the corner. Let's go over there. Frank? Come to Daddy. Bad news, right? Worse. The board is threatening to close down the method. I can't believe I've left that lady's light bulb on. We'll get back to that. The board is threatening to close down the metaphysical department if you don't present irrefutable proof within 72 hours. Proof of what? Of the existence of the great beyond. Damn idiots. That's an impossible time frame. How dare they? We need at least 74 hours. Possibly 25 added on. That despicable Williams will end up getting what he wants. Have you seen any ghosts lately? Since I'm looking. God willing, this would be easy, right? How long has the Metaphysics Investigations Department been running? 3, 4 years? 4? And they want to solve the great mystery of the afterlife of death within 72 hours. They neither want to nor intend to. I have been given that time frame, and it is because Henry interceded. If only you could succeed. I'd like to see their faces on those decrepit geezers when you show them the undeniable proof of the ghost's willy. I don't think the new Professor Ward... Well, yes. We had a very close relationship. Too close, some said. But it was purely professional. I always keep it professional. I don't know a single thing about his life, apart from him being the chief coroner of Scotland Yard before becoming a teacher. If I had taken even the mildest interest in him, I might have detected signs of what he would do. Don't punish yourself, Benjamin. With all that nonsense, Nelson was a very reserved gentleman. I doubt anyone in the facility or faculty, that is, really got to know him at all. What do you think of Professor Ward? What Professor Ward did? Are you asking me if I believe he's innocent? Is he? What do you think? I think neither of us is answering a single question. I don't know, Patrick. Nelson Ward is famous for being eccentric and impulsive. This is because he has ADHD. But we don't know what it is in this time frame. But that, of course, it doesn't make him a miscreant. It just makes him bizarre. So, do you think he's innocent? The evidence of the crime is unequivocal. Although, simultaneously, I believe that if he committed such a misconduct, he must have had a good reason, not just a financial one. What reason? I cannot begin to fathom. I only hope this makes some sense one day. I don't know how I can face this research against the clock. I don't want to be untactful, but that's an endeavour doomed to fail. I mean, to this day, no one has been able to find any conclusive evidence that has existed of the great beyond, perhaps in the ether. In the future, we could resolve the matter, but not in such a short time. I need to find a professor. I can't do this alone. We were a team. How about asking for help from the British Society of Paranormal Studies? I doubt they would assist. Why? Neither the professor nor I are welcome there. Oh. Ah, because of that damned article. What about Richette? He's always supported you, and he could be a valuable ally in this quest. Giles? He is not in London at this moment. No? Damn. Any ideas that might help my research? Now that I think about it, Nelson mentions having found a place worth investigating. Do you remember where it could be? I think it was located in central London. Roughly. Does that help? A house, maybe. I don't recall. I was having a busy day when he told me about it, and I didn't pay enough attention. I'm sorry, I'm not helping. Not to worry. Thank you for supporting me, like you always do, dear friend. I know only of two people who could prove the existence of the great beyond. One of them is Nelson. You are the other. So you shall always have my support in everything you do. I should get going. If I can do anything for you, I understand, Frank. I appreciate it. Anatomical skeleton. You need to be careful handling these anatomical skeletons. Excellent. They're very fragile. I have acquired a bony fist cabinet. It's full of flasks and test tubes. What is this? A flask of sulfuric acid doing here? It should be in the lab. I should probably take that. Okay. We're having a lot of luck. Books, pens, cabinet, captain's cabinet. 4 drawers are full of an... Okay, we don't need any of that. Chalkboard. I believe it's time to get rid of this old eraser. Splendid. Books. I'm really putting this room to good use today. Oh yes, Atlas of the Human Anatomy. The nether regions. Also known as Hades' crotch. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Whatever. We're moving on. Shush. What? The one on the bottom is the empty house, and the other is the ghost stories of algorithms and something. It serves me to help me evade them. Okay. Okay, I believe we have dealt with this room. For now. Okay. We'll leave our sporting fella alone. He got a bit frisky far too fast. Right, off we go to our chariot. Our chariot awaits. Third location. Location not available in demo. Darn it. Okay, let's go here. What do you think so far? It's quite good, isn't it? I'm sorry if my narrating is absolutely awful, but, you know, I can't help myself. I could use the skeleton arm to carefully remove the crystal from the lamp. Well, go on, then. Damn, it's not long enough. Maybe a little jump will help. keys. What was that? Damn. Mr. Hugging Bottom is coming up the stairs. Lights off. Well played. Well played. What was that noise? Noise? What noise? A bang. As if a mirror had fallen. Have you been fiddling? To be honest, I don't think I heard anything like that. No? It may have been the adjoining house. Don't you think? Yes, probably. In fact, more than likely. Well, better that way. Yes. Excellent. Phew, got away with that. There's a key here. Ka-ching! A broken crystal. I don't want to have to explain it to the landlady. Where can I hide the criminal evidence? Possibly the plant? Or in the thing? Ah. In the grate? Or the plant? Oh yeah. Nothing to see here, sir. Move along. Nothing to see here. Excellent. Okay, what else have I got? I've got sulfuric acid. I want to try it in the plant. I don't think that would work. Okay, fine. Right, let's go in there. Closed. Damn, let's use the key instead. Next level, Schnitzel Biscuit. Okay, picture of Jesus, birds of paradise, a crucifix, a map. It's a map of central London, where the professor has marked several places worth investigating. There are also a series of rather naughty, giggly, nudie young ladies. But we'll ignore those breasts for now. The bed doesn't look very comfortable, though the professor wouldn't care. I've seen him fall asleep between classes in the most unimaginable places. Crucifix. The professor is an atheist, so I gather the crucifix was already here when he arrived. This looks really shitty as a place to live. Right, let's go to his desk. There's a notebook on the desk. Excellent. Okay, next. God, this writing's quite hard to read. Sorry, I'm very dyslexic, so I'm a bit slow. Bear with. It is discouraging to discover that all the places worth investigating were in the end either frauds or a waste of time. However, I've found a location that, if my inquiries are correct, could afford a unique opportunity to me and my colleague, Professor Moore. It is an old, impressive building located at 34 Burnwell Street. Its original owner was Thomas Highmore, a widower, a philanthropist who lived in the house during the early years of the last century. After his death, his heirs rented the house to several tenants. One of them, Friedrich Price, reported a strange... We know a Price. That boy reported strange blows coming from the basement to the police. I don't know what that says. Raps? Rats. Or something else. An officer corroborated the facts, to which he added, as is stated in his report, that several objects in the room started to slowly move without human intervention. A police report that confirms unexplained supernatural phenomena, contrary to the account of the normal witness, which is always an act of faith to consider believable. This changes everything. No police officer of sound mind and of good wrist would cast doubt of his own professionalism by falsely signing a report of such as this. So we can be sure this is an account we can accept, and thus a very valuable one. Terrified, the Prices left the house 2 months later. Their place was taken by Benjamin Jones. By searching through the documents of the estate agency that managed the property, I found a report stating that the tenant abandoned the house 4 weeks later due to a constant unspecified occurrences in the basement. In my investigation, I found 2 other cases with that basement as the epicenter of supernatural activity, but I have yet to verify them. And in my final page, I still haven't informed Patrick about this. We could be dealing with another dead end, and if someone has to waste his time with this, I'd rather it be me. My instinct, though, tells me 34 Benwell Street is the place we've been dreaming of all these years. 34 Benwell Street. Shelf. That junk box stands out. Let's see what's in it. There's a copper wire reel that may come of handy. Come of handy? That's interesting wordage for me. Well, it's too rusty. Maybe we'll need some acid. Hang on. I managed to remove all the rust from the copper wire thanks to the acid. See, I've done science before. I'll keep an empty flask. I may need it later. Ooh. Look at that. Right, okay. Birds. Let's check this window. Shoo! Shoo, winged demons! Window. The street is full of tramps and drunkards. I'll go out later when I'm bored. The professor felt more comfortable among them. Among these riffraff, rather than his colleagues. Okay. That's it. Jesus? I think the professor would rest better under the watchful eye of Darwin than under Jesus. Or Jesus. I felt like I should be able to pick that up. Yes. Yes. Okay. What have we got? Right, okay. Let's go. I felt like we... Oh! What happened? Oh! Oh! Ghostly apparitions. Preposterous plays. Seances. Gentlemen gathering for photographs. One-legged men at the dock. Stones where they should not be. A gate to nowhere. Thanks for playing an English Haunting demo. Please consider adding an English Haunting onto your Steam list. The game is out. It's cheap enough. It's very good. What do we think of that demo? I think that demo was ruddy marvellous. I hope you were alright with my reading out. That demo needed, though, it needed a ghost moment. It needed something, a draw, just like a little event to be like, oh, blimey, that happened at the end. Oh, I want to see what happens next. That would have been cool. So if I got to the house and saw something strange, maybe a glass flew off the table and hit me in the head, then my character blacked out, and then that was the end of the demo. Something like that. I don't know. Who knows? Whatever. Who cares? But what do I think? Great. Yeah, I mean, not that they're going to change it now the game's released. Now, I'm playing this because there was the Arkham game that came out, and I thought the demo was really cool for that. And I really like the text. I like the writing. It's cool. It's my jam, if you like. So, I'm going to ponder. I might buy this game and then do a series of this one. We will have to see. But either way, bloody marvellous. So, I am Detective Cheekster. You are the fruity shadow that haunts me in the streets of old London. And until the next video, my sumptuous devil stick, or sporting wrestler. Bye-bye.